Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am leaving the house for a bit. Yeah, I forgot something at work at my part-time job that I'm at, or was at for these past few weeks. So I'm gonna go pick it up now. Today I kind of wanted to talk about something that happened to me just recently, these past couple weeks. Actually happened to me this week. This week is when I found out about it, but I kind of wanted to share my experience with you guys because it's something that probably happens pretty often and nobody really talks about. So I thought I'd share my experience. So as you guys know, I am leaving my previous company that I worked at to move and to start a new job somewhere else. Sun's out. It's nice. Now, the thing is, what happened was this week I got my last paycheck for the old company, the company that I used to work for, and basically I noticed that something was wrong because I kind of calculated what I should have been getting and it didn't kind of add up. It didn't add up at all actually because I should have been getting way more than I got. So I recalculated it, and the thing is, on my last pay with this company, I should have had my regular pay, so I worked for, I think it was 2.5 days plus my vacation pay, whatever I had accumulated over those 3 months. Now, the thing was, I got my pay stub. I told them to email me my pay stub, which if I wouldn't have done that, I probably never would have noticed or questioned it. So they emailed me my pay stub, and I checked out like my earnings and my deductions and stuff, and then I realized that there was some money missing. And I called the payroll, the person in charge of the payroll at the company, and I talked to him for about 10 minutes, and I asked him like, yeah, so this doesn't add up, there's something wrong here. And he explained to me kind of the breakdown of it all, and he's like, no, that's right, that's 100% right, this is how it works. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thank you for that. Thank you for your explanation. I wasn't mad. And hung up. But then I took another glance at it and I realized it's still wrong. Like, I double checked the math on it and I realized it's wrong. Then I called him back and I explained the math to him. And he's like, oh, you know what? You might actually be onto something. You might actually be right here. And sure enough, there was like $300 missing off my pay for my vacation pay, because I had 2.5 days accumulated since my start because I had worked with the company for about 3 months. So I had 2.5 days paid accumulated, and for my last pay, he only put 2.5 hours instead of 2.5 days of paid vacation on there, meaning I had my 2.5 days worked plus 2.5 hours, which didn't make sense. It should have been 2.5 days, which is an additional 20 hours. So, yeah. I mean, it can happen to anybody, you know, whatever. This guy, you know, he obviously didn't do it on purpose. He wasn't thinking, and that's what he came up with. But it was wrong. Therefore, my lesson in today's video is always double check your pay stubs no matter what. Like, even if you look at it and you're like, oh, those numbers are right, just look at it, go through it, you know, dissect it, make sure it's good, because it's so easy, like I said, so easy to mix up a few numbers or whatever. And payroll people, you know, we're all just humans. It's easy to make mistakes, and I noticed that, you know, anybody can make mistakes calculating. It's just one of those things where you've had a long day, you're tired of being at the office, and you have a few pays left to do, and you just rush through them, and you just glance over some things that, you know, you would have noticed otherwise if you were to have been sharp and clear in your mind. But that day, for some reason, it just slipped your mind, or it slipped your consciousness. Anyways, so guys, please, this is a life lesson for anybody out there with a job. This is a message to you guys. If you have a job and you're getting pay stubs bi-weekly, weekly, whatever, doesn't matter, check them to make sure they're good, because it's so easy to have a few $100s slip through your fingers when those few $100s rightfully deserve to be in your bank account. Like I said, I'm not actually mad at anyone. I totally understand that it was a mistake. Just not a big deal. He wrote me a paper check. I went to go pick it up today and I deposited it, and that makes up for whatever was missing, right? So, but the main thing I think, or the main takeaway from this should be, don't get mad at those people, because they're just like you and me, and they have a job to do just like everyone else, and once in a while they just mess up. And if you can explain the situation to them, they'll most definitely, I would say 9 out of 10 times, help you in any which way they can to resolve the issue. So as long as they understand, you know what I mean? Don't just call them and like yell in their face through the phone. Like, don't yell at them through the phone and they don't know what's wrong. You know, you have to explain and communicate effectively to them what the situation is and why you're upset, and, you know, remain calm and just explain to them, hey, you know, I think you messed up on my pay here, and they'll fix it for you. So just a little heads up, guys. That's what I experienced this week. And when I was younger, my parents, my grandmother, everyone always used to say, double check your pay stubs always. And for the longest time, I didn't do it, but for the past few years, I have been doing it every single time. And this is one of the times where it really paid off. So you never know, right? You never know. So you might as well just check them. And if it's good, hey, perfect. And if it's not, you caught it. As opposed to just letting it slide and a few months down the road, you know, something doesn't add up here. So, guys, just my word of advice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.